in the sand, and you found a little band.
If you do not leave, we will crash the
You told me
servers.
you fell in love with it, hadn't gone as I planned.
The day everything went dark. This happened in January 4th, 2024. The maps forest, beach, canyons, and mountains all went dark. You could barely see anything except for some dimly lit lights.
Every single map is very, very dark, like forest here. You can barely even see some of the branches.
Why is Gorilla Tag so dark? Every map is so dark now.
Everyone was confused because this happened randomly. If you just so happened to play Gorilla Tag on the 25th of June, 2024, you would get banned. Every player that just so happened to play got banned for ban evasion. Nobody even knew why. Everyone thought Gorilla Tag got hacked, even though now we think it was just a glitch. And keep in mind, the only players that got bans were on at that time. You didn't get banned if you weren't on. And I know that's true because I didn't go on Gorilla Tag during that time, and my account is perfectly fine. Luckily, the player count was pretty low, so not a lot of people got banned. Lemming actually made an announcement in his Discord saying what happened. They had to update something in the game while the servers were still running. Since this was quite risky, they did it while the player count was really low. But it didn't go to plan and ended up banning everyone online at the time. Thankfully, everyone got unbanned and was given 500 shiny rocks for the trouble. This is Statue, and he started appearing late 2022. He stays completely still and stares into the mirror. If you touch him, you'll get kicked from the game. He is one of Gorilla Tag's most famous ghosts. Not a lot of people actually know that sometimes he moves from the mirror, even though that is extremely rare. But 90% anyone sees him, he's in the mirror. A lot of people think he's very dangerous, but he's actually very easy to avoid. The only way to get banned by him is to touch him, and to avoid that, you just don't touch him. And that's why he's so far down on this list. This is Bees. Bees is very odd. He is white and he zips around everywhere, attaching himself to player. He can be found in any map. He sounds like a very angry swarm of bees, hence the name, of course. And if you're unlucky, he's gonna chase you and lag your game. Bees has 3 versions: Bees, Swifter, and Gorilla. They're not much different from each other. They do the exact same thing, and the only differences are their colors and names. Bees is white, Swifter is yellow, and Gorilla is teal. Here's the weird part. Bees can make public lobbies private so he doesn't get banned, and he can join full lobbies, making their player count go from 10 to 11. Most people think it's an AI, but it's not. Electronic Wall said it was just a player running a script, but in reality, it's literally just a mod menu. Here's a video of it. We don't know much about Bees, but we do know one thing. He is completely harmless and cannot kick or ban anyone. J3VU isn't like the lower level ghosts. It doesn't chase you, it appears. Players report J3VU lurking near the leaderboard, always watching. Veterans say the name J3VU is a code. Join it and you will find an empty lobby until J3VU loads in. There are no reports about bans, but there are plenty of stories about headsets glitching and sudden disconnects. It never chases, it never tags, but it moves in a way no player can. Some even say it's an AI. His name keeps changing, but it always says the same thing. J3VU has become hostile, followed by a whole bunch of random numbers. We know one thing about it though. It's not much of a threat.
Hello monkeys, Looking Sheep here, and I'm going to be taking over this part of the video. So without further ado, let's get into it. This is Banshee. She appears as a pale white gorilla sitting completely still. She won't move until you look at her. And then, she screams. Players report the Banshee shrieking loud enough to distort their headsets, sometimes even shouting personal info at them, a name, a location, and even an address. Unlike other ghosts, Banshee rarely chases. Instead, she waits. She wants you to see her, and once you do, it's already too late. So if you hear her scream, don't look, don't listen, just run. Thank you, Immortal, for letting me be a part of this. If you want to see more about me, my channel is in the description.
PPPV is the most famous gorilla tag ghost. Everyone knows who he is. Even my grandma, bro. I swear my grandma does. I swear. Anyways, back to the script, I guess. If you played gorilla tag for a while, you've probably heard of the ghost PBBV. He is a salmon-colored monkey, and he walks across the bridge, back and forth. He appears mostly in public lobbies and doesn't talk. He just walks. Some say if you get too close, your game will crash. Some even say they got banned from him. The scary part isn't what PBBV does, it's the atmosphere. Imagine playing with your friends and then just suddenly seeing a salmon-colored monkey walking back and forth on the bridge. That's kind of scary, bro. Some people say he moves in a way no human could. It gives people the chills. Nobody even really knows what PBBV is. Either way, he's one of the most iconic gorilla tag ghosts. And apparently, he even has a backstory. Yes, I know, a backstory. And let's just say there's some interesting lore. I don't want to get into all of it, but my goat J-Man Curly has a very good video on it. And you should probably watch it if you're interested in this topic. This ghost is special. Every single time you look away from him, he moves. This is Yellow Statue, or otherwise known as by some people, Tiptoe. If he catches up to you when you're not looking, you're banned. That means if you slip up one time and forget to look at him, you're cooked. If you may have noticed, this is based off the Weeping Angels from Doctor Who. And if you've ever seen Doctor Who, you know just how dangerous these Weeping Angels are. Anyways, he's usually a yellow-colored monkey and always stays in the mines. You can touch him, but the moment he touches you, that's a different story. Your game starts lagging and then boom, you crash. And if you try to join Gorilla Tag again, you got a ban. This is exactly what gives him the title of the most lethal ghost in Gorilla Tag. Now I'm gonna be completely honest with you. This ghost is fake. As a matter of fact, every other ghost on this list was fake. Let me give you a quick rundown. So Gorilla Tag ghosts were created as creepypastas, and someone had the great idea to recreate those in-game. I guess people thought it was scary and then also started recreating it until it became a trend. There is no Gorilla Tag Ghost AI, Lemming didn't program that, nor is it in the files, and every other ghost is a modder. Modders have access to very strange mods, which leads us to the next one. I'm not talking about one ghost here. No, I'm talking about a type of ghost. Now, some modders have the ability to leak IPs and addresses, while others don't. The least harmful variant of this is player ID and player creation date. Now, player ID isn't used for anything special, but creation date is just when your account was created. Let me show you a clip.
960,842.095.133.20 zip code. Hey guys, it's your boy.
There are two ways the modder could have got this. One being from a soundboard, which is completely fake, and the other being completely real, even though the most used option is the soundboard. It can range from your IP to your address. Now I'm going to be completely honest. I don't think anybody would even pay attention to your IP or address, so they would track you. So even if someone does say your quote-unquote address or IP, it can still be fake and no one's going to pay attention. But that doesn't stop the fact that it's still dangerous. Okay, this video is pretty much done, but I want to ask for one tiny favor. So basically, I'm really close to making money off of YouTube, and you can help me achieve this by watching the same video on another account or checking out some of my other full-length videos. Thank you guys for all of the support, and remember, most of these are fake. This video took me 1.5 months to make, so show some love in the comments, and if you made it this far, comment cheeseburger.